Hello, this is your Congressman Michael Burgess. Yesterday, we paused in solemn remembrance of that terrible day 13 years ago. It was a day of astonishing evil, but also of unparalleled bravery and courage. We watched as first responders ran into buildings as everyone else ran away. We watched our new president become a wartime president in an instant. We also watched our loved ones and fellow Americans come together like they had not for years before. Now, many years later, we still unite that way on September 11th. As President Bush said, our enemies did what America's enemies have always done. They saw liberty and thought they saw weakness, but we know better. Last night, we heard from President Obama as he vowed to destroy the Islamic State. The president, who spent his entire campaign condemning wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, laid out a plan to target enemies with airstrikes and the support of another 465 American troops. He stressed that they would not be on a combat mission, but rather in a supporting role. But do not forget, as of today, there are more than 1,500 troops serving in Iraq. I was encouraged to see the president expressing a plan of action rather than continuing to describe what he will not be doing in dealing with ISIS. But I was also troubled by the questions that still linger. First off, what changed? The president knew of this threat for months, but only just now reacted following some negative polling and low public approval ratings. For the American troops heading overseas to fight this brutal enemy, I can only hope that the president's plan has no basis in politics. As a member of Congress, I believe we need to have a vote before any action. It is true that under the War Powers Act, the president has the authority to initiate action independently of Congress, but I believe we need more information and intelligence before we put our fellow Americans in danger. As of yet, we've had nothing of the sort. Only just yesterday did we hear from the administration in a classified briefing, and in a very short period of time, all the questions could not be answered. In the meantime, I will continue to pray for our Commander-in-Chief, our leaders, and the brave men and women who are facing this vicious enemy with courage. As for all of us, we must hug our children a bit tighter tonight and remember always our steadfast American principles of freedom and optimism and hope for a prosperous future. Thank you for taking the time to listen. May God bless you and your family, and as always, may God bless Texas.